Good morning, Northview students. I know that we addressed many of our expectations here at Northview on the first few days of school through our PBS lessons. However, we've had some questions about specific expectations, and we know that we never want anyone to end up in trouble simply because they didn't know the expectation that we have here at Northview. It's important for all of you to remember that you have 3 administrators to help you each day here at Northview. Mr. Kaiser as principal, Mrs. Brannigan as assistant principal, and Mr. Wallace as assistant principal and athletic director. In addition to the administrators, there are 2 school counselors here at Northview who are here to assist you each and every day. Mrs. Dodson typically works with Dartmouth, Columbia, and Cornell, and Mr. Newsom typically works with Princeton, Yale, and Harvard. However, it's important to note that any of you can make a request at any time to see either counselor. Our school resource officer, Officer Robinson, is also here to assist you with anything that you might need inside or outside the school. Please do remember our positive behavior supports that we taught you here on the first few days at Northview. Here at Northview, we walk and talk, we walk to the right-hand side of the hallway, we remove any hats or hoods as we enter the exterior doors of the building, and we wait until we've left the exterior doors of the building at the end of the day before putting those hats or hoods back on. We place all electronic items in our locker for the entirety of the school day. As we move through the building, we use a voice level 0 to 2, which is silenced to a partner voice as we move through the hallway. And here at Northview, food and drink stay in the cafeteria. We know we allow you to take those breakfast items to your classrooms in the morning. However, as you move through the hallway, please make sure that you are carrying those breakfast items. Those are eaten in the classroom and then disposed of before you leave your first period class. One important thing I like to remind all students is that if you make a mistake, please lead with an apology. I often see students drawn into situations either with their peers or with adults where a simple "I'm sorry" could have made the situation a whole lot easier from the very beginning. When you're out in the community, I hope that when you bump into someone or if you make a mistake, your first reaction is to say "pardon me" or "excuse me" or "I'm sorry." Let's make sure we're doing the same thing here. Also, if someone else is being inappropriate, please let it be their problem and don't make it yours. We as adults may reach out to you if we need your assistance. However, if we do not reach out to you, please allow us to take care of the situation. And if we need you to be involved, we'll let you know. You shouldn't have to, at any time, be in a grade level hallway other than your own. The only exception to this would be 8th graders who have art class or 7th graders who have art class who must go into the 6th grade hallway in order to reach the art classroom. Don't enter the LGI, computer lab, or any other space without permission from a teacher. Non-school items such as cameras, cell phones, iPods, PSPs, MP3s, those should all remain in your locker throughout the entirety of the school day. Also, there's really no reason to be bringing large sums of money or other items, and those should be left at home. Please make sure that you show respect towards our school building and the folks that take care of it by making sure that your area is your responsibility. In the cafeteria, in the classroom, and in the hallway, we're all responsible for the building, and it's everyone's responsibility to make sure that it looks great every day. The following items should remain in your locker for the entirety of the school day: hats, sunglasses, backpacks. Please remember this includes your last periods of the day. Your backpack remains in your locker from when you enter the building in the morning until you take it out in the afternoon. Any electronic device, cell phone, gloves, scarves, and any purses larger than an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Ladies, you are more than welcome to carry a purse throughout the school day. However, here at Northview, we define a purse as a bag that is smaller than an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper. Please remember to represent Northview well on all field trips. When you are out in the community, people who see you know what school you attend, and you are always representing Northview. No student should be allowed in the building before school without a pass from a teacher. So if you do not have a specific pass from a teacher that indicates that you are allowed to be in the school building in the morning, please wait until the bell has rung. You must have a pass from a teacher to be in the hallway during class. And you cannot walk home without a walking pass. Walking passes are available in the office. You must take them home, have your parents sign the paper indicating that you are allowed to walk home, and then you will be allowed to walk home from Northview. Please remember, passes are written for those students that are prepared for class, have their agenda book filled out, are active participants, and use time wisely. Passes are a privilege, and they are always at the discretion of the teacher. There are often going to be times when we know reasons that you need to stay in the classroom that you may not be aware of. So please remember that any time that you are asking for a pass, you are doing just that. You are asking. And at the teacher's discretion, they may tell you no, or they may tell you to wait until another time. Please remember our expectations for dress code. This includes the fact that clothing should not be ripped or torn. I often get students who ask me, Mr. Kaiser, what's the big deal if it's just a hole down by my ankle or a hole at the knee of my pants? I will share with you that we all know that there are lots of places where holes in clothing are not okay. And we are not going to spend our days going around the building and telling one person that their hole is all right and another person that their hole isn't. So it's much, much easier for us and for you if you all just understand that your clothing should not be ripped or torn. If you have an emergency and you blow out the knee of your pants on the way into the building or on your way down to gym class, come see us and we can help you out with that. But clothing should not be ripped or torn here at Northview. Please know that many styles of pants, jeans, or shorts now are sewing patches behind or that kind of thing. That is perfectly acceptable as long as all items are sewn together. So if that piece of clothing, when standing on its own, is covered and has a patch or has something sewn behind, that is acceptable. However, as you'll see in a moment, wearing something underneath does not make it appropriate. Tights or spandex alone are not allowed. Young ladies, I know many of you have picked up colored tights or spandex. Please know that those alone are not allowed to be worn here at school. So you are not allowed to wear tights or spandex alone here at Northview at any time. Shorts and skirts must always be within 4 inches of the top of the kneecap. So please make sure that your skirt or shorts are within 4 inches of the top of your kneecap. It's important to note that this means when you move around. So if they are 4 inches from the top of your kneecap, they must be 4 inches from the top of the kneecap when you're standing, when you're sitting, when you're moving around. It doesn't mean 4 inches from the top of the kneecap if you pull hard enough on it and stand still, and then as soon as you move, it's going to change. Okay, so it has to be within 4 inches of the knee all the time. Wearing tights, leggings, or spandex under something that doesn't meet the dress code does not make it meet the dress code. So with that, if I have a large hole in the knee of my pants, wearing tights underneath is not going to make that meet the dress code. Also, if I have a skirt that's too short or shorts that are too short, adding spandex underneath that does not change it and bring it into alignment with the dress code. Shirts should always fully cover the stomach and the chest. And shirts must have a sleeve. Ladies, that can be a cap sleeve, and that is not a problem at all. Generally, what we're trying to avoid here are tank tops, spaghetti straps, or a jersey that might be totally sleeveless, or gentlemen, a shirt that might be totally sleeveless. Pants are to be worn at the waist. Generally, this is for our gentlemen. Please remember that here at Northview, all pants are worn at the waist at all times. If you don't wear glasses here at Northview. We're excited for you if you went and watched a 3D movie over the weekend, but at the end of the 3D movie, the glasses are kind of over. So please make sure that if you don't wear glasses here at Northview, that you're not wearing glasses here at Northview. And clothing must not use inappropriate language or promote products or activities that are inappropriate for school. So your really clever shirt that might have a slogan that's very funny for you might be something that you wear on the weekend, but please don't wear it here at school. At some point, it is not only possible, but very likely that you're going to spill something in the lunchroom, get messy in a class, forget clothing that you need at home, or be required, I guess, to change for dress code. So please, bring an extra set of clothing. Jeans and a sweatshirt are just fine, and keep them in your locker. You never know when those might come in handy. So just please, as you come to school this week, please just find an old pair of jeans or an old sweatshirt or an old pair of shorts and a sweatshirt or something like that that you can keep in your locker, so that if for some reason you would need to change, it would always be a handy thing to have around. Dress code checks will start this week, so please be advised that we will be completing dress code checks. Those students who are not in alignment with the dress code will be required to come into alignment for the dress code, and then any students who repeatedly have that problem will be assigned disciplinary consequences. If you have a concern that you would like to report, incident reports are available in the office. It's important that we all look out for each other. If you'd like to make an anonymous report, you can email falconsdon'tbully@gmail.com, and it will come directly to me, Mr. Kaiser. So if you email falconsdon'tbully@gmail.com, you can also call or text 865-FALCON1. That's 865-325-2661. Please remember that if you're participating in athletics, there is an athletic eligibility check that is coming up soon. You must have at least a 2.0 GPA. You must have a current IHSAA physical on file, and all Northview expectations are in effect at Northview athletic events. That means for those on the field and those in the stands. So anytime that you are attending a Northview event, the expectations that we have described to you today and the expectations that we taught to you through PBS are all still in effect. Please remember that it's our goal that every day here at Northview is a great day for you. And so we want to make sure that if everyone treats each other with respect and everyone follows the guidelines that we've laid out, everyone will have a much better experience here every day at Northview. Because as you all know, it's always a great day to be a Falcon.